Rajeshri Venkatramanan, 80 words English shorthand speed dictation. You should minimum practice each dictation 3 or 4 times. Then please subscribe and comments. Okay. Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. President and ladies and gentlemen, I would first of all like to welcome you all once again to the Business Relations Conference. I hope all of you have received the program of the conference. We are arranging our discussions in 12 separate technical panels which will meet after the inaugural session. The panels will be chaired by eminent persons in the respective fields, and the subject to be covered are of vital interest in the economy of the country. This conference, I need hardly say, is being convened at a most timely moment. Today, the business community has to play a greater and more dynamic role in the development of the country, and it is very essential that we should associate ourselves in the efforts of the government in achieving economic prosperity for the nation. Permit me, however, to briefly introduce the subjects of the 12 panels that have been constituted. The fiscal and monetary policies pursued by the government are of the greatest importance to the industrial and business community. Whatever government do in this sphere has an immediate impact on the economic situation. Therefore, we are rightly concerned that matters like corporate tax, sales tax, excise, etc. should be handled with a sense of caution by the authorities. I am sure the discussions in this panel will be constructive and helpful to government. An eminent economist and former editor of commerce will chair this panel. The panel on constraints on production will deal with questions like underutilization of industrial capacity, powers cuts, checks, controls, and licenses, transport bottlenecks, tightness of institutional finance to industry, poor management, etc., and contribute pragmatic solutions towards overcoming these problems. The chairman of this panel is the outstanding industrial consultant of Bombay. For the third panel, we have as subjects the maximum utilization of existing resources, creating wealth from waste, etc., recycling of industrial waste, and resource management are relatively new topics even for the industrially advanced countries. But for a country like ours, with great leeway to make up and staggering poverty, all round. These subjects are perhaps of the most vital interest because we simply cannot afford to throw away anything. I hope the participants on this panel will make useful suggestions. One of the principal features of the 20-point program is ensuring a fair deal to the consumer and making his life worth living. Reduced to brass tacks. This means that consumer interest can be protected only producing goods of better quality at economical prices. Use of fair measures and weights, creating awareness in the consumer about what he buys, etc. This panel is headed by one of the leading industrialists of Bombay, who is imbued with a passion for service to consumers. 70% of our population is engaged in agriculture, and many of our industries like sugar, vanaspati, soap manufacture, textiles, cigarettes, etc. are mostly dependent on agriculture. It is all important to first raise food production and then all other production. The cultivable land available is limited. Therefore, we have to evolve a system of increasing production with greater inputs and higher productivity of labor, which is